There is more to industrial enclosures than patents, by Dawie, Coetzee, posted on c4ss.org on June 17, 2014. Eric Blattberg, writing for VentureBeat, reports in his Tesla Motors Please Infringe on Our Patents for the Greater Good, June 12th, that electric car manufacturer Tesla will henceforth permit all comers to exploit its innovations. Quote, Tesla will not initiate patent lawsuits against anyone who in good faith wants to use their technology, says Tesla CEO Elon Musk. I think the importance of patents in enclosing the motor industry is overstated. Legal precedent around the issue has consistently favored openness regarding component replacement for a very long time. Anyone is free to manufacture a component designed to replace a part of a patent system without thereby being guilty of infringement. With few exceptions, moreover, automotive patents pertain to details competitors easily design around. Yet the motor industry as it stands today is a supremely enclosed industry due to product standards, safety, and emission regimes. Musk understates the mainstream industry's interest in electric propulsion. All the major manufacturing groups have programs ready and waiting, complete but for the regulatory framework needed to protect them from entry en masse by a profusion of new startups. It is, in a sense, choreographed, as it usually is. As I said before, apparently somewhat controversially, the mainstream industry's agenda is an agenda of change, but a specific single program of specific changes at specific times. If it's not on the script, it must be killed. But I believe electric cars are very much in the script. They have too much going for them from a corporate capitalist viewpoint, far more to my mind than they have going for them from an ecological viewpoint. For starters, they eliminate all that finicky skilled labor required to put together an internal combustion engine properly. They eliminate all that variability of parts that constantly tempts the customer to get above herself technologically. The electric car has too much potential at last to become the one-part disposable car not to be a hugely important part of established manufacturers' long-term plans. Not least, increasing the digital electronic content of the car makes it much more permeable to the established software, intellectual property, legal tradition, which is much more onerous than that around IP and automotive hardware. Certainly Tesla is closer in nature to any established major manufacturer than to the loose network of local component makers and assemblers I'd like to see. 2 factories on 2 continents and a 3-digit weekly output would have made them distinctly plutocratic in the 20s. Nor are they any exception to the state-enforced idiomatic requirement for the techniques of mass production, or they would not have been legally tolerated, especially in California. Electric propulsion frees them from the regulatory burdens pertaining to internal combustion engines. That was the loophole that allowed the company to operate at all. But their products remain subject to the entire edifice of supposed safety regulation, including expensive destructive testing and development and anti-tampering legislation and use. I wonder about the motivation in foregoing these patents, given that many are relatively toothless. Tesla obviously wishes to play the heroic underdog, to imply solidarity with the open source movement despite operating in an industry legally effectively prohibited from embracing open source methods in any meaningful way. Open source becomes trivial when subject to the sort of model conformity when a type approval regime requires. The resulting lack of diversity of possibility and ad hoc flexibility is analogous to the difference between representative democracy, let's all vote on what same things all of us are going to be required to do, and anarchy, let's all do different things as and when we variously choose. Hence, no technological change, but only political change is capable of changing the motor industry. Tesla's very existence counts against them. The popular perception that anything that runs on electricity must be eco-friendly, contrary to the consensus in serious off-grid alternative energy circles that electricity is a premium source, which should not be reserved for lighting and communications and little else, could not have come cheap. I'm seeing it more and more. People honestly believe that a toilet hardwired into a house's electric system uses less energy than a toilet that has no electrical connection at all, who honestly believe that running an electrical resistance oven off a few PVs, it is only a matter of time. That didn't grow by itself. Tesla doesn't have that kind of money, but someone has an interest in spending it. Tesla is not the only company with an interest in analysis according to which the great problem is that 90 million of the 100 million cars made annually are not electric, and to the more sensible view that the problem is that those 90 million cars are made at all to satisfy the demands of a largely artificial mobility scenario. And outside that artificial scenario, or situation, with its pressure of traffic, frequent stop-starts, and noise, not to mention intensive policing and the huge infrastructural investment, I submit that the electric car has little or no benefit. You've been listening to There is More to Industrial Enclosure Than Patents by Dawie, Coetzee, posted on c4ss.org on June 17, 2014, and read by Nick Ford. You've been listening to Feed 44, a project of C4SS, otherwise known as the Center for a Stateless Society. To learn more, please visit us at c4ss.org. 4ss.org.